Hello and welcome to Opinions Plus. I will try to make this a relatively short video. Basically, it's rehashing some of the issues about Biden and age and bias and all that other shtick that's out there. But one of the things I wanted to mention was, and I am concerned about, is the fact that Kamala Harris isn't, you know, out there front and center. Biden's out there making speeches, showing he's 50 years old. I don't understand why they don't say, okay, I'm an elder statesman and be done with it and show his quality. He didn't have to compete. You know, had a bad day, on the debate stage, and people are hammering on him. Get out. He's adamant, stay in. Ego driven, I guess. I don't know. But I wonder if all of this age stuff, because, they don't talk much about um, Trump's age, 78 years old. He's an old man. You know, Biden's an older guy too. 3 years difference, big deal. Why aren't they talking about it? This national media stuff, really, they're certainly not, treating each individual fairly. And they really never have. There's some kind of money power games out there that are going on. I don't know why they do, how they handle these things, but obviously they're in production meetings all the time talking about how to deal with, this coverage or that coverage, or what to show, what not to show, who writes what, and all that shtick, you know. But Biden is Biden, and he's shown his quality. He showed he had a bad night, as I said previously. He was overworked, traveling all over the country, all over the world, doing all kinds of, he's not a young man. Act accordingly. Show you have judgment. Act accordingly. Admit it, which he did to some degree, but, with some hesitancy, I thought. I don't understand why it has to be that way. Why do you have to play games about this? Anyway, but one of the things I did want to mention is that we haven't heard much of Kamala Harris. And I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. She's the backbone. They talk about age on Biden, well, who's going to follow up? Who's going to be, the one that takes the reins if Biden falls? Harris. But, she gets a few places to go talk about abortion or this or that, and, a woman talking about this. But is it because she's a black woman? Is that the big issue here? The elephant in the room or whatever it is. They talk about Biden's age, but what if he dies? What if he comes disabled, incapacitated? Who's going to take the helm? Again, a black woman, Kamala Harris. Is that the fear? Is that the bias going on in people's thinking behind all this stuff? The media, the main media group, not just Fox, which it's an absurdity calling themselves a news organization, but you get away with murder when you're rich and powerful. Doesn't matter really. Honesty, integrity, it's an uphill battle. But why aren't they talking more about Kamala Harris? Why doesn't she have a major role out there on the political scene? It's always Biden on these clips, Biden doing this, Biden doing that, show Biden here, show Biden, and occasionally the Kamala's there and whatnot, but you know, but again, she is going to be the one to take the reins if he falters. Can he falter? Yeah, he's an older guy. Anything could happen to him. I mean, I have cancer. I had a stroke. I had these things. You don't know what's going on with this guy. I mean, he's an older guy. Same with that Trump clown. He's got, age-related issues too. Well, because he's made up or is on drugs or not on drugs or whatever. But he's got money and doctors and people that do whatever they can. Not like me, I have to go to CVS or Rite Aid or Stop and Shop to, ask for a prescription or whatever. These guys, they got doctors right there giving the meds and the whatever they need. You don't know how this whole thing works. Nobody does unless you lived it. And a lot of these people don't talk about behind the scenes stuff. But, once in a while you get a glimpse into it. But power and money, is it, does it shy away from drugs? No, of course not. They've shown it for years and years. Anyway, bottom line is I wonder about, why the issue with President Biden is so focused on his age and not on Trump's age. And if it was, part of it is because behind the scenes is a black woman. I just, why do people hate Obama so much? Why are these Republicans so, have such hatred of Obama? And Hillary Clinton, Hillary because she's a woman, Obama because he was black, is that part of the makeup? I think it is. I can't figure out anything else. There's issues there, regardless of where you're at. Why can't you just look at people as people, their abilities, their character, Why? Why do you have to, spin it in some way to have race involved in it or this and that? They can't just say that this is a good, decent, hardworking, intelligent person. Black woman, white man, doesn't matter. It's the intelligence, it's the capability, it's the way that needs to be, attended to. There's so much lack of that. Now, you don't have the trust, you don't have the abilities to make good decisions because you're not getting as much information as you could. Do you get all the information you need? No. Nobody gets all the information they need. Nobody. You can't have a brain that's going to take it all in. I mean, Biden and those people, they have all the advisors, they have the people behind them, they have everything they need to help and guide and direct. You don't do that. You don't have that. I don't have that. I'm not somebody, I don't have a law clerks going over all the different aspects of the law and giving me opinions on how to vote for a referendum. I get a paragraph there and says, okay, do it. So you're going to spend $6 million from your home, your town, and it's going to raise your property taxes. But you don't know that. You find out later. You find out, in ways that you shouldn't. It should have been right up there in front, but that isn't the way it's done. So the bottom line is, whether you think Biden's old, he does have backup, and that's Miss Harris. Vice President Harris is a good person. Talented, capable, intelligent. I don't know her much. I thought she acted wisely and with some good character, and was a forceful individual as a senator. As a vice president, I haven't seen much of her to even talk about it. The few speeches I've listened to were lackluster. She doesn't have that charisma, but in a committee meeting, she showed her value. She's on a one-to-one. She's a tough person, but she's young, she's able, and can do the job. So Biden's got backup. I don't know why they don't talk more about it. Has nothing to do with his age. It has to do with everything. It has to do with his character. And the same with Trump. Trump's old, 78, but he has no character. Biden's old, 81, he has character. Simple. Plus he has Harris behind him. Now in the back of the American people's mind, which I wonder what's in their minds, if so many people support a man like Trump, it's just hard for me to believe. I've asked people before, relatives and others, said, do you want your grandchildren to grow up like Trump? Is that what you want? Is he the exemplar for these young people? Is that what you want? Because these high officials are more than just high officials. They're examples of what people should be as leaders. Let's not forget that. That's an important part of being a leader, is showing leadership, showing your abilities, showing your charisma, showing the ways, teaching, educating. There's a lot to it. It's not just Biden's 81 years old. Let's get real. Anyway, bottom line is, it isn't just age. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot behind this thing. And Biden has backup, and that's Miss Harris. And she seems to be a capable person. I mean, can you trust her? Does that mess up the equations in people's mind? I bet you it does. I don't think they're as open-minded as many people think. I wonder about that bias in the American people's mind. And I wonder about people who just don't think, who just look at one thing. 81-year-old stumbling debater Joe Biden. There's much more to all this, much more at stake. Democracy is at stake. Our societies are at stake. Our way of life is at stake. The world. There's a lot of stuff I don't think Mr. Biden, President Biden's done right. But I don't have all the intel he's got. So what are you going to do? You trust the man as best you can. That's all we can do in our leaders. So thanks for listening. Subscribe if you like what you hear, and hit the like button. Comment, always comment. And I wish you the best. Have a good day. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.